so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. It's rotating.
That moment where you get it, you crack it. I look, you know what I'm obsessed with? I'm obsessed with why the secret and why the stonewalling so hard. What is it? And honestly, I get a lot of hate from people in the UFO community. But I get it. I get both sides. I get the one side where we nothing but the truth. And then I get the other side where this is dangerous. And I've been obsessed with Jim Semivan lately. Not like that, Jim. I'm not sorry, dude. If you see this, I mean, don't get. It's not like that. Not like that. Just I like you as a person. I relate to you a lot for personal reasons, experiences you have that I can relate to. But it's not like that. Just to get out of the way. Gosh, got awkward. It's hot in here, dude. So then. I'm going through history, okay? I'm listening to him. And I'm listening to engage in the phenomena. And I'm kind of being like a little bit psycho, dude. Like, freaking, what are you, Charles Manson, listening to Helter Skelter? Like, it's not healthy, bro. Like, get a life. Get a life, Christian. Hey, Christian, you know you can't offend anybody, right? When you say things like what you just said. What do you mean, like the Manson stuff, like the Helter Skelter stuff? Yeah, dude. That's gonna offend somebody. Hold on. You're saying that comedy is dead. Basically, you're telling me that if I offend somebody, someone's gonna be too sensitive and they're gonna go cry and you're gonna get canceled. Bro, that can get you canceled. Dude, like, honestly, bro. How am I supposed to not go insane if I don't have a sense of humor in this topic? I have a dark sense of humor. Yeah, Helter Skelter, Charles Manson, Jesus, it's a joke. It's a freaking joke, man. What do you want me to do? Abort the joke? You want me to abort the joke and just be like, play it safe? And just be like, not have balls? Is that what you want? I'd rather just throw it out there, bro. Like, I don't care. I don't care about what people think. I don't care if it offends anybody. I mean well. And, like, I'm not going to be part of the pussification. Wait, what? The sensitivational. Okay, look, people are getting too sensitive. It's just a sense of humor. Do not lose your sense of humor. Please don't lose your sense of humor ever in this topic. All right? Thank you. I fucking did it. I did it. And yeah, Jim's 100% gatekeeper level. And I really think that the only part he's not telling us, like, I think that he's been pro-disclosure, 100% protecting a bunch of secrets, like the black stuff we're doing, our capabilities, the dark stuff we're doing, right? Like the capabilities we have. And, dude, all I'm going to say is, I really hope, honestly, that the secrecy is so strong. You know, when they say, keep the technology from dangerous hands. Like, I really hope you've done that well. Especially since, catch my drift, I mean, talk about the wrong hands. So, honestly, in that way, I am vouching for you because I'm seeing a lot of messed up stuff. Getting off topic here. Let me just show you guys what I found, How do I know that that description of him matches Gatekeeper description? Let's go. Fine, I'll show you. I'll show you. I don't care. You don't believe me? Well, why don't I just show it to you, right? Let's go.
Long been the Central Intelligence Agency, the United States Air Force, the Department of Energy, and major defense contractors. The Central Intelligence Agency is responsible for the oversight of the overall effort. You might think of them as a little bit as a headquarters element.
The Deputy Director of Science and Technology at the CIA controls the UAP crash retrieval portfolio.
The United States Air Force.
Right there, same exact words. Start with the facts. In the 50s, there was a group doing the same thing that is happening right now, pushing disclosure. Nobody talks about this. They were called NICAP, Donald Kehoe. First director of the CIA, Roscoe Hillenkotter, was one of the most important members, but there was other people in the CIA. So think about NICAP like To the Stars Academy, okay? But who founded NICAP wasn't Donald Kehoe. His name was Thomas Thompson Brown. Now, I know these names are all boring. It's like Hillenkotter, first director of the CIA. What was he doing? Involved with UFOs. Thompson Brown, anti-gravity. It's gonna put you guys to sleep, and I don't want to do that. I actually want you guys to finish this video because I think it's important, because it shows the same exact thing and it's literally in plain sight. And I just wanted to talk about it. So I hope you guys actually finish this one through, because it's got some nuggets that you might have missed that have been there in plain sight. But look, it's up to you, but I think this is fascinating. So let's go.
Did you ever work in the Science and Technology Directorate?
As a contractor, I did, yes.
Yeah.
Very familiar with it. A great organization. I mean, I always call it the real CIA, because you would not believe what these people are capable of. There it is, incredible.
Yeah, people say it's like magic.
It's just beyond the pale. I mean, some of it is just you'd be very, very proud. I think,
Now present. Now, did you realize how? Sorry. Do you realize how James said it's like magic? Maybe he means like AMJIC, right? Not magic. Yeah, it's beyond the pale. So, you have Steve Justice, you have from Skunkworks, you have Jim Semivan, you have Christopher Mellon, Lou Elizondo, and you have the same thing happening in NICAP. So what happened? And let's go, please. I know it's yesterday's paper, the 50s. I get that. Who wants to read yesterday's paper? I know. But this is important, because what happened was there was this guy called Edward Ruppelt, who was head of Project Blue Book. He quit 1953, or after the whole CIA secrecy thing went down. He was done. But he wrote a book, which is like the Eminent. Basically, it's the Eminent of the 50s. Like, think Lou Elizondo Eminent, but by like in the 1950s. Then that's when the whole effort started for a pro-disclosure movement, which eventually didn't make it. Things fell apart. In fact, Edward Ruppelt died at 37 years old of a heart attack. And right before he died, he had like the weirdest change of heart with UFOs, and said that people were just crackpots, there's nothing to it, blah, 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 and then mysteriously gone. Boom. 37, that's how old I am, and I don't know, it seems young, but for a heart attack. So anyways, what happened? Were people interested when that book got written? Well, let's see. Starting that last paragraph here. It's part of the hype for Ruppelt's 1956 book. The intelligence community in Washington, D.C. held a well-publicized symposium for 4 days in June 1956. Everyone attended. Most of the top CIA officials. The German rocket scientist, Paperclip, who would later achieve great fame with our NASA program, and leading aviation industrialists such as William Lear. And so that's how NICAP began, with these people. And Thomas Townsend Brown was the founder. And then came Donald Kehoe after that. But Thomas Thompson Brown, what happened with him is, here, look, I'll put a small clip here. He blew all the money. Did he do that on purpose? I think he did. But yeah, these are boring names. You know, Thomas Thompson Brown, Roscoe Hillenkotter. Who cares? I don't know. I don't want you guys to go to sleep, please. I know it's not that interesting. So, the only thing that does piss me off a little bit is that they did the same thing with TTSA. Thomas Thompson Brown blew all the money on some BS research that he knew was going to fall apart. And honestly, I can't say this for sure because I wasn't around for the TTSA days. I got into this when it was the breakup in 2020 during 2020. But Steve Justice, and thinking about it, like building a UFO and making it public, come on, like Jim and people in the intelligence community, you would never let that happen. I mean, I was talking about the wrong hands earlier. That's one wrong hand. If you have a real UFO, that you make it public for everybody, that's how many hands? So it was a setup. That was never going to happen. And maybe that's where Tom DeLonge got screwed. And yeah, I'm happy I didn't invest in that. But so that's messed up. But besides that, I think this is a very complicated topic, and I get it. I get all sides. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know, and like I'm just a guy. Like I honestly like. Look, man, you think opening Pandora's box is easy? Like, look, think about it. You are the guy. Like, actually, like, put yourself in that position and be like, this is going to affect the rest of humanity. Would you open Pandora's box? Maybe you're brave. Fine. Yeah, whatever, dude. Like, good for you. Good for you. I'm just saying, I'm not sure. Because I don't know what the hell's going to happen when I open Pandora's box. Think hitchhiker effects. Look, it's the problem with this topic, man. You have to self-censor or you're going to sound insane. If you do not self-censor, a lot of you guys know this that are into this topic. If you don't self-censor, you're going to sound like a freaking maniac. And you lose credibility. On the spot, you're insane. But there's been things that have happened. And they don't have an easy explanation. And yeah, sure, I could be paranoid. You start seeing synchronicities everywhere. You think, no, I get that. But then there's like actual really weird things that happen that they don't happen to me much anymore. But at one point, I just kind of had to ignore them because like I'm not going to go freaking crazy, you know, because of things that I don't understand. But anyways, look, my whole point of this video was Jim Semivan 2.0. I definitely think he's in a gatekeeping level. And to me, he's very interesting. And he's definitely connected to the legacy program. Doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Now, I'm understanding a lot of people in the UFO community, probably not. So, but yeah, that's that. Peace.